7 ways to identify subtle spiritual signs in your daily life. Have you ever had that strange feeling, as if something or someone is trying to show you the way? That peace that appears out of nowhere, or that strong intuition you can't ignore? Well, these may not just be ordinary feelings, but spiritual signs being sent to you. In today's video, I'll reveal how to identify these subtle signs in your daily life, and how they can transform your life in ways you might never have imagined. Many people go through life believing that everything they feel is just coincidence or chance. How many times have you heard someone say, "Oh, it was just in my head"? The truth is, it's not always just imagination. At various times, we receive spiritual signs, subtle but powerful messages that serve as guides to our decisions, our peace, and even our future. The problem is that, because they're subtle, most people simply ignore or don't notice these signs. It's as if we're walking down a dark road, and suddenly someone turns on small flashlights to show the way. But, distracted, we continue without noticing. Recognizing these signs can be the difference between living with insecurity or having a life guided by something much greater. And that's exactly what I want to share with you today. How to train your mind and heart to perceive the spiritual signs that are already happening around you. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, do so now to help us. Amen. Now, just imagine you're facing a difficult decision. On one side, reason insists on one path, but within you, a soft, persistent voice points in another direction. This discomfort, this inner calling, could be a spiritual signal asking you to pay attention. These signs can manifest in many forms: an unexpected sense of peace amidst chaos, encounters that seem accidental but change your life, dreams that carry messages, or even that inexplicable strength that appears when you were thinking about giving up. Each of these signs, if understood, can become a true guide. But for this to happen, you need to learn to differentiate what comes from your mind and what comes from something much deeper. Therefore, I will show you 7 clear ways to identify subtle spiritual signs in your daily life. Stay with me until the end, because the last one is the most powerful, and it may be the sign you've already received but haven't noticed. 1. The strong intuition that won't go away. When an idea or feeling insists on returning to your mind, even if you try to ignore it, it could be a sign. Deep intuitions are often a way for the spiritual to communicate with you. Imagine you've received a job offer. On paper, everything seems perfect. A high salary, incredible benefits, a position many people would love. But every time you consider accepting, a nagging feeling creeps in, almost like a voice saying, "Don't do it." Even though the people around you insist it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, that intuition continues to pound in your mind and heart, relentless. Days pass, and you try to rationally convince yourself it's the best choice. But that feeling persists. Months later, you discover the company was experiencing serious financial problems and had laid off most of its employees. In other words, if you had followed logic alone, you would be in trouble. But if you had listened to your strong intuition, you would have protected yourself from something bad. This is the power of this type of spiritual sign. A persistent message that comes from within, that can't be explained by numbers, but that often saves you from making bad choices or directs you to the right path. 2. Peace in the midst of the storm. Difficult situations often bring anxiety and fear, but if you feel an inexplicable calm, it could be a sign that something greater is in control. Imagine someone who has just received very difficult news. A family member is hospitalized in critical condition. Naturally, anyone would be desperate, crying, unable to sleep. But suddenly, this person begins to feel a deep calm within, as if a gentle voice was saying, "Everything will be okay, you are not alone." Even though the situation may be frightening on the outside, inside there is an inexplicable serenity. They can breathe, pray firmly, support their family, and even transmit hope to those around them. Days later, even without having control of the situation, this peace continues. And precisely this tranquility is what strengthens everyone around them. This is peace in the midst of the storm. When everything points to despair, yet you feel a supernatural calm, something that logic cannot explain. It is a powerful spiritual sign that there is a higher power watching over you, even in the most difficult situations. 3. Coincidences that seem planned. You know when you meet someone exactly when you need them? Or when a book, a video, or even a phrase appears to answer your question. These so-called coincidences can be spiritual messages. Imagine you're going through a moment of deep doubt in your life. You think, should I continue this relationship? Is it the best thing for me? That same day, you walk into a bookstore with no intention of buying anything. You wander around distracted, until, out of nowhere, a book falls off the shelf right in front of you. When you pick it up to put it back, the phrase that jumps out from the back cover is, "Sometimes, to find true happiness, you need the courage to start over." You get goosebumps, because it's exactly the answer you were looking for. Later, when you get home, you turn on the TV and hear a preacher saying practically the same thing. That same week, someone comments to you, "Insisting isn't always love, sometimes it's fear of being alone." 3 signs in sequence, repeating the same message. Does it seem like a coincidence? Maybe. But when the coincidence repeats itself so clearly, at the exact moment you need it, it's as if it were a planned message for you to pay attention to. This is the power of coincidences that seem planned, when ordinary events align in a way that's almost impossible to be mere chance, revealing a spiritual message for your life. 4. Meaningful dreams. Not all dreams are just a figment of the imagination. Some bring clear messages, symbols, or even answers you've been searching for. Pay attention to those that linger in your mind upon waking. Imagine a young woman is unsure whether or not to accept a move to another city to work elsewhere. Throughout the day, she thinks about it non-stop, but finds no clarity. One night, she dreams that she is on a long road, walking alone, carrying heavy bags. At a certain point, the road splits in two. On the left, a narrow, dark, and rocky path. On the right, a bright, flowery, and light path, where she meets smiling people who help her carry her bags. Upon waking, this dream remains etched in her mind. She feels in her heart that it was a clear answer. The change seemed more difficult at first, but it would bring new people, support, and lightness. And indeed, when she accepts the opportunity, she discovers a new cycle full of growth and joy. This is the power of meaningful dreams. They are not just random images, but symbolic messages that bring advice, warnings, or confirmations that you need at that moment in your life. 5. Unexplainable discomfort. Just as peace can be a sign, so can discomfort. If you feel that something isn't right, even when everything seems perfect, Perhaps it is a spiritual wake-up call to rethink your choices. Imagine a young man receives an invitation from some friends to join a miracle business, where everyone guarantees he'll make a lot of money in a short time. They show him numbers, promises, and even success stories. On paper, it seems perfect. But every time he thinks about saying yes, his heart races, butterflies run through his stomach, and a strange feeling makes him uneasy, as if something is wrong. He can't explain why. After all, everything seems right. Still, the discomfort doesn't go away. Days later, he discovers it was a fraudulent scheme that deceived several people. If he had ignored that feeling, he would have lost everything. This is the inexplicable discomfort, when everything around you seems beautiful and convincing, but inside you there's a warning, a restlessness that insists, "Be careful, don't go that way." 6. Unexpected strength in moments of weakness. Often, when we think we have no energy left, unexpected courage arises within us. This renewal may be a sign that we are not alone. Imagine a mother has been in the hospital for days, caring for her sick son. She's not sleeping well, barely eating, and feels like she can't take it anymore. The tears won't stop, and she thinks, "I don't have the strength anymore, I can't go on." But, just when she thinks she's going to collapse, something happens. She takes a deep breath, and suddenly a calm invades her heart. She finds the energy to get up, hold her son's hand, and say, "Everything will be okay, I'm here with you." The mother herself is surprised, because she doesn't know where so much courage and determination came from. It was as if an invisible force sustained her when she had none. This is the sign of unexpected strength in moments of weakness. When, at the limit, you discover within yourself an energy that isn't yours, but that lifts you up and keeps you going, proving that you are never alone. 7. Repetition of signs. When the same theme, number, word, or situation repeats itself several times in a short period of time, it may be a clear way for the spiritual to try to get your attention. Imagine a young man is seriously considering starting his own business, but is afraid of leaving his stable job. He prays for guidance. That same day, while browsing the internet, a motivational video appears with the phrase, "Courage opens doors that fear never could." He watches it, but thinks it might be a coincidence. The next morning, on his way to work, he passes a billboard that says, "Now is the time to start." He even smiles, but still hesitates. That same week, a close friend, unaware of anything, turns to him and says, "Have you realized you're ready to have your own business? What are you waiting for?" 3 different messages, in a short space of time, all pointing in the same direction. This is the power of repeated signals. When the same message appears in different forms, insisting on getting your attention, it's not coincidence. It's as if it were clear confirmation that the path is being shown to you. These signs don't happen by chance. They are invitations for you to stop, reflect, and open yourself to a greater reality. Now that you know these 7 ways to perceive subtle spiritual signs, start observing them in your daily life. Every detail, every sensation, can be a message for you. If this video touched your heart, please like it, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future content. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, the divine presence is always by your side, even when you don't realize it.